What's up YouTube? So we're back again with a bit more information coming out now about points, and there's even rumours about a new Space Marine Codex, and along with it, Redemptor Dreadnoughts. So the new Elder Codex, according to this, is expected to arrive mid to late February. One, I'm extremely excited because my main army is Harlequins, so I want to see what that's going to bring along with it. But also, we're going to see Renegade Knights coming out in March, and Chaos, which I'm surprised hasn't been set to come earlier along with Eldar, thanks to that new box set that's coming out in April. But the really big and exciting news for a lot of players out there is that within the next 6 months we're going to see a new Space Marine Codex. So this happened in 8th, with a second release of a Space Marine Codex, but at the same time it's really big news. There's going to be a lot of things to come along with that. The other element that's going to go along with this as well is that apparently there's going to be a new Redemptor Dreadnought variant. So apparently this is a completely new model, but it's been rumoured as well that it's going to be melee focused. So maybe we'll see a Redemptor with a giant thunder hammer or claws, a bit like the Death Company Dreadnoughts. We'll see, could be really interesting, and allow people to have up to 6 Redemptor Dreadnoughts in their army. That's kind of crazy, but it is possible. Along with that, we've also had some new point reveals today. So I'm going to go through the entire list, even though they aren't going to be shown here. But we have Storm Speeder variants coming down by 10 points. They're not going to be seen in a lot of armies, but you never know, in some White Scars there's some really good stratagems those can use. So that might see something come along. Any Gladiator variants are really good. 15 points less still isn't going to see a huge amount of play, I don't believe, but again, any points in saving is going to be really beneficial. I don't know a huge lot about Sisters. I don't know a huge amount about Sisters, so I can't really comment on that, but I do know that I've played a few armies that are running Lehman Russ tanks, and 10 points off that is huge. They now have 2+ saves, so the opportunity just to have more of these guys is brilliant. Same goes for Plague Burst Crawlers. In my last Death Guard army I had 3 of these tanks. 15 points off for a total of most armies running at least 2 to 3. That's 30 to 45 points saved. 45 points if you ran nothing else except for Poxwalkers. That's huge and an amazing saving. That'd be very exciting. For Crosswells, we're getting Hemlock Wraith Fighters down by 20 points. They're not really seen that much, but 20 points off for a flyer is pretty good, and we might see where that goes. And of course, Necrons are doing really well for their points in this. Just for these guys with the Doom Scythe and the Night Scythe, 20 and 15 points down. Big saving, and you'll see in a second there's even more. For the Orcs, at the moment in this release, all wagons going down 15 points is great, but as we'll see, a lot of the other pieces are getting raised. Another really good one is one of my armies I want to focus on from February is my Blood Angels army. It was Flesh Terrors originally, but there's a whole thing going on there, so they've switched now to Blood Angels. But Death Company squad is getting 2 points per model. In my current list I only have 5, but still 10 points is great. And Mephiston, a big beatstick, losing 15 points, puts him now in line with the Librarian with a jump pack. It's going to be a real toss-up to see which one is going to get seen in more competitions and more tournaments, but 15-point loss on him actually means he might get played now. There's Dark Angels, they've had a few losses as well, with Nephilim Jet Fighter going down 15, and their Raven Wing Dark Talon 15 as well, plus their Black Knights on bikes down 5. Huge wins for those guys. As for Space Wolves, the Wolven down 2 points to match alongside the Death Company. The Thunderwolf Cavalry 5 points per model. They can be devastating, so that's a big saving for them. And with Deathwatch, the Flyers down 15 points. I wonder if we're going to see this a lot with Flyers throughout the whole new book, purely because they're not being taken as much, so less points on them is a way to encourage them to be seen more in the game. As I said, for Necrons, they're getting big bonuses in this new book. Doomsday Arc down 10, Scorpex Destroyers down by 5. It doesn't say per model as it is in the previous one, so it might be the whole squad is down 5, but if it's per model, that's again massive. Same with their, I can't say the one, the other destroyers down 5 points. The Locust destroyers down 5 as well. It does say all Lockhurst destroyers or Lockhust destroyers, however you say that. So it could be that each model is going down by 5, and I'm assuming that is correct. Plus, here's the big ones: Monolith down 30, Obelisk down 40, Tesseract Vault down 50, and the Silent King down 30. That is going to be a massive change for Necrons, and I think we're going to see them a lot more in future now. They've always been a very popular army, but with the new changes to their keywords and now these points, they are going to take over the meta. For some models that have been announced that are going up in points, we're seeing the Primaris Chaplain on Bite going up by 10. That's a real shame. He is very good, and I do understand, but at the same time it's a bit annoying because he is so good. As we expected, the Contemptor Dreadnought with Volkite Culvins, it says going up 10 points. Doesn't mean whether that's 10 points as a whole unit or 10 points per gun, as the picture chosen here is a fist and one gun. So if you're running twin, is that going up 20? It doesn't say, but that's interesting, and we were expecting some kind of raise for those guys. Same with the Grey Knights Nemesis Dread Knight going up 10. An interesting one for Knights is their Armiger going up with Lightning Locks going up 5 points. Is that 5 points for both guns? It's not going to be a massive difference, but with the recent trend of people running up to 14 of these Armigers in an army, that could be a slight change to how that's going to go. Foul Blightspawn at 15 points seems steep. He is an incredibly good model and obviously appears in a lot of forces, but 15 points is quite a hit to him, I think, and maybe he won't get taken as much. That's a big hit. For Hive Guard, I believe this is coming from their Stampede list that's recently become very popular. I know is going to be at Nottingham a lot, but 5 points isn't a huge hit, so that shouldn't be too much of an issue. And for the Squig Buggy, 20 points. That is a big hit. Plus the brand new boss, the Beat Boss on Squigosaur, 30 points. That hurts, whatever you do, and I actually wonder whether that means he may not get taken as much. Probably at all. He's a great model, but 30 points is a massive raise. So we'll see. Thanks for tuning in. I'll be back tomorrow talking about my army list that I'm going to be taking along with me to Nottingham GT this weekend. Bye.